I'm back live because it's 6 p.m. That means the new weekly shorts are out. We have a look, of course, as usual, how the records look like on the previous maps. So we are now in week 54, previous map was week 53, and I made it into the top 100. That's nice to see. Let's begin with this track. I cannot spectate first place driver. Unfortunate. So I'm not sure if that's a cheated run then, because gaining a 10th here seems also very unlikely. And it is in with the fastest time. So what did you have to do compared to my Ghost? Aha, okay. Because the lines were not obvious on this track. And I realize one difference here, and that is going super far to the right here. Also, I actually figured that out, that you have to go pretty far right to then stay lower, but they even do it more extreme than myself. So here they already have basically a parallel line to this and stay super inside here. And seemingly this gains them speed. I don't know why, like what's the logic behind that, but seemingly they gain speed there. And then it's all about precision. Next map is the small tech map, and we have Exozone with the world record. Or super inside line. Yeah, pretty clean run. Not much to say. The lines were of course quite obvious. Very aggressive. Super aggressive here. Hits this right and this left here. And then also this apex. Great run. Wait a moment. Let's check first the records, then I tell you. So now here this map. Techie got the world records. There is a cut. I tried it a little bit yesterday, but it's also way too random. Also another cut that was found is also quite random. Oh, they do it different though. Huh? Wait, that looks super easy. Or do they still bug through something here? So the thing is, the finish is here. This is the underside of the finish. And the line that I knew is that you drop down and you bug into it from here. But what do they do? Huh. Okay, whatever. Apparently that worked. And it's the line of the world record. Amazing. Yeah, we have a reactor cut world record on this map. I already heard about that already. So he gets a zoop by going against the fence and somehow survives this and lands here. Has 800-ish speed. Can he even full speed? Like, he's so fast. He has to go super high up in this wood. Yeah, he does full speed it. But what a run. Okay. And there are, like, everyone is doing stuff. Okay, so it was just a world record that doesn't even crazier. But here you see my PB, which is also a top 100 time. And you see everyone just overtaking with this kind of reactor flight. They are behind, but they keep reactor. They do not get that. There's surely a reset, or what was? Yeah, there is a reset. You see a bit of green light. And they basically skip the reset, keep the reactor, and that gives them a lot of speed, and yeah, then they pass. So either 50.6, they try 50.1 here. But Galenium with the ultra cut. Amazing. Oh, Nesca is starting 20. Okay. Ja, und hier, we have the last map. Point 24. There is not much to say about this. Like, I was not really a fan of that week. Maps were pretty stupid to hunt. Yeah, they gain a bit more speed here than me, and they have a different line over this edge. Seemingly I went too tight. Someone told me once I should go as tight as possible, always far left, but look where I'm going. I take the inside line, and now we all try to actually go over a certain edge here, and they do it with a different angle. Yeah, because I went inside, I have this kind of angle, but they take this kind of angle, and you see how the front tires are in the air, and that gives a small zoop. And seemingly the zoop is stronger when you do it that way. Yeah, and then it was super random to get this ending. Like, how does he steer? He steers full, and then he steers here to the left, and then to the right again. Ah, yeah, okay. Alright. Yeah, also whenever there's a reactor, there's a cut as well. That's true. I don't know. Seemingly almost impossible to use the reactor and to avoid all possible cuts. What is also here? Queen timer. Show the queen timer. And start the queen timer, please. So, we go into week 54. Let's discover the new tracks. Of course, we always start with a map with pretty wide platforms. Oh, is this? No, it's just a checkpoint. I thought there was also some kind of gate. Or maybe an old car. But no. Also, I saw that finished. You can also drive differently though. To see what's better. I mean, this finish is not very risky, but it's with a jump, maybe it is supposed to be a risky finish. So what is on the right side? We have another finish. I cannot judge yet what's better. I had, of course, more speed. Maybe they are very similar. We are pretty equal, so now I can go the other way again. Oh, this is actually really similar. Also, it's all about this transition here. This transition decides about everything. I need to figure out where to jump off, how to jump off to get the best possible low jump. Okay, I saw something. There is a certain line I can maybe aim for. This one here. Yeah, and then I get it. So in here, I would think that this is maybe better in the end, but the question is, how do we have to drive this? Ah, yeah, this maybe. This would be a -17. Why am I so far ahead? Ach, that was stupid. Yeah, this is what I wanted to do. Let's train the adding again. Yeah, this must be better. The point 80. Okay, let's see if I can get that into the finish. That's an 888, the typical. Jump wasn't optimal. That's why it's just equal. So how did BTC go? I played good. but I had no chance in that match. Too consistent players in my match. And I was not close to a finalist, sadly. 888 again. Now that we've seen all the 4 loser bracket matches, I would say there were matches where, with my playstyle, oh, that's much better, I had a chance. I would have had a chance. Oh, look at this. 0.67. Suddenly a 0.670. That's so much faster. Crazy. I mean, I could actually go next already. I know the lines. Oh, no, I'm a bit ahead actually. Wow, okay. It's all about this landing, literally. There is something that I'm aiming for. This is this line, and with my left tires I try to jump off at that line. But you see, it's all about this. Like, it's, you have to full YOLO that one jump, and yeah. Also my run was basically perfect, except from the very start. Seemingly I lost here 100 or 2. But apart from that, it was very good. Maybe let's spare some time by going early to map 2. Because maybe we need some time at map 3 again, with testing thousands of different ways. So yeah, so with the other BTC badges, the problem is of course that I'm now live. Ideally, I don't get any spoilers, and I watch that of course after I end my stream, obviously. No, so I will watch that. I also watch now all the other loser bracket matches, and but of course I have my cups now, so I had to go live. I know, the semi-final 1 is going right now. During Cup of the Day is semi-final 2. I thought about not doing the weekly shot discovery now, so that I can just watch the semi-final 1. But the thing is, I will miss semi-final 2 anyway due to Kappa. And the final, naja, during the final there are also cups, so I'm missing things anyway, then I can also do the weekly shots discovery now, I thought. Okay, that's a bit weird, this map. Yeah, it's either no spoilers at all or you keep me updated. I would say it is very unlikely that I don't get any spoilers, so probably you just can tell me. Even though, no, also would of course, when I want to watch it at some point, and it would of course be way more interesting to watch when I don't know anything. But it's so unlikely, right? That I don't hear anything. Also completely different lines, but the same outcome. So far I'm not really happy with my lines. This map is quite tricky, so definitely not easy to figure out what's the best way to drive it. I also wondered here. Do I miss a risky finish, guys? I saw some red signs in the ending. I saw some red signs in the ending. Yeah, there is a ramp into that finish. Okay. Why does this have like a... Like, is there any gate in here? What is this gate, if there is a gate? Because I went through this and I didn't... Or is it just in this? Probably this is just it. So, no break, or what? Naja, okay. I did do the Fast Learning Cup, and it even was a snow map, a snow RPG trial map, and yeah, there I underperformed. I didn't understand one section, and yeah, it did cost me multiple seconds, and then I just went out way too early. And Elcon obviously won. It's always Elcon in fast learn. Okay, how do we drive this? Do we actually take this way here? Yeah, we do. Okay, so this is the way. It's also so much faster, but like 8 times faster. That explains everything. But yeah, looking at the other matches now in the loser bracket, I think in the fourth one it would have been also quite difficult for me to get through, but the second and third one, they had so many crashes, it would have... Also my playstyle would have worked much better on those tracks, that's for sure. Like I would have had many rounds with second and third place, and not sure if the first place was possible in any of the rounds, but second and third I could have gotten quite often, so I think I definitely would have come to the finalist chance. But winning as a finalist is then still the other difficulty, and obviously there was always someone with a fast time getting into the finish. So also there would have been tough to make it through, but I definitely would have had a finalist chance, and points-wise I probably would have done better than some people that qualified now in the end. But yeah, the thing is, I was in a match with people that are extremely experienced in ZRT and Ascension. Also my lineup was actually crazy. Now that I think about it also, it was actually crazy what kind of players I had. Like from the loser, of course we got 2 people from the winner bracket. But then we got from the loser bracket Snow and Richie, both of them extremely good in Serrator style. And then Massa, who was seed 12. Like he was the last seed, he only qualified as 12th place into this match. And that's of course a pretty difficult 12th seed. And he got into my match. So that was quite tough. Yeah, also you see people are currently playing this map, because even with improving I sometimes lose one place. There were enough rounds where I did an okay-ish time and I was only 6th on my server, because they were just very consistent in my match. Oh, too bad. Okay, that would have been the run. That would have been world record, probably. I don't remember now what I just did. That would explain why that was so fast. Somehow I just had more speed here. Yeah, okay, small improvement. Okay, I have a lot more potential though on this track. As you can see. Oh, that's actually the typical 7th place. Now I actually wonder if the earlier rounds were actually really 9th and 10th, or if that was actually a worse position. Because how would I now be 7th with such a huge improvement? But just the leaderboards are not really updating completely. Yeah, this was now a decent round, to be honest. It's So also on this track, as usual, you want to avoid as much as possible the time on the penalty. It means far left here. Oh, yeah. Okay, this is where I can actually gain still, as you can see. Here I can still gain something. The snow slide on the plastic, far to the left. Not going for the shortest line, but rather for really the line with the least amount of penalty touch. Here. And now I have more speed. Ah! Oh, 7,000. Yeah. Interesting map. This time not a tech map. That's basically just full speed and steering. Oh shit, that was stupid. Nah. Nope. Also nope. Even more nope. Oh, that turn was really nice on my goals. Ugh. Okay, I think we keep it for now. After 50 minutes, now going to map number 3. So, how does map number 3 look this time? I think I already like it much more, because this looks like a straight line map and you have to figure out what the fastest route is. And often these maps are actually really cool. I also had such maps now in the AO8 competition that I played lately, this campaign. There we also had a map similar to this. I see there is a bottom line, which definitely would have been better than what I'm driving now. Let's have a look with camera 7. What could be the best line? As we can of course try all the different approaches, maybe starting on the right side. Here we have basically a quarter pipe jump. Let's first just stay far right. Should we? Yeah. I mean, you actually don't really have many other options. Then you can either land flat here, or you land maybe on the booster. Booster would always be nice. Yeah, so let's start full right at first. That's a quite difficult way to get into this. Ah, here we go. Couldn't really decide which finish I'm going in. This is not the fastest way, I'm only on position 434. I also see that I could have gone over the sledge, that would have been a lot better. And this finish here is also fast. Also I can do the same line now, but I do this improved ending. So here's also a quarter pipe jump. I have to figure out at some point if that's sensible to go for. So, but look, I go here and then bam. This is a lot faster, and this is already 50th. Okay, here it shows me 83rd. Also, what do we trust? 83rd or 50th? I think 50th sounds nicer. So now, let's go a bit different. Can do something like this. Okay, the booster is actually not really giving me any speed, because it's like way too unsmooth to land on it, that way at least. I do still have the chance to not drop down here, so there are many ways of how you can drive this. No? This quarter pipe jump here is not really better than just jumping like this, I would say. When I jumped like this, I was still landing here on the platform, if I remember that correct. The question is, of course, if I go from here onto the booster, but it does not look good. I can, however, also do a chicane and then continue here. Maybe on the right, on the far left. Yeah, I would probably land on this. And then go there. I mean, we have to try. No, this is not that great. The problem is really the jump. You land here and you have this jump is just bad. I land at a very annoying spot. So, next idea. We start on the right, but then we move into the middle. So, I can either jump with this up to the platform, or I go fully to the left and I take maybe this quarter pipe jump, or I actually take this jump. You can, of course, also jump here and then you land on the booster. Also possible. So, yeah, this map has lots of options for us. I like this a lot here. Okay. I have also an idea, why not actually try the other start lines and see if I am ahead of that ghost or if I'm not ahead of that ghost. What are the other options that we have? We can just go straight, but I think that that is bad. I see something here. Ah, okay. But yeah, let's first go straight, but I don't think that this is an option, to be honest. So you see, my ghost has more speed and is ahead. Can try this, but no, makes no sense. But yeah, there is another way where you actually jump into this gap here. So how does it continue? Then we come from here. Seems to be a quite good line. I was ahead. You have, of course, some penalty to skip. So now there are multiple options here. I can take this ramp and end up here, or I just jump here very easy. But I also saw... Wow. Is this magnet there? Also, we can actually get onto this magnet and then go here and then up there. Naja, we have to try that. Because all of these options look actually quite good. Yeah, unluckily I drove this shit. So, need to do it again. I would have improved. I already assumed that you will jump against the finish here. But I had to try the full speed in my first attempt. Also, I would improve this by a little bit. Let's actually go straight again. But how did I continue then? Like this, I guess. This seems to be slow. And if I go to the right... Ah, that's annoying. You always have to, of course, get clean runs to figure out what's fastest. Because with this line here I cannot really compare with my ghost, because I'm completely somewhere else. Aha. This was apparently better. Yeah, it's all about how good you land there, but let's try out some other tactics, otherwise you can of course hunt this then a bit stronger. And yeah, obviously, one thing that I completely missed is I can of course also take that ledge when I go middle. Maybe let's try that out. Also you see now I'm ahead of the ghost, and now we compare going straight here with what my ghost did, and my ghost overtook. I think I could also get further. Naja. Okay. So these are basically the options. At that point, just going straight seemed to be slower. So we have the other option of going to the left here. So you take some downhills, you get up, you jump. You definitely jump to the right, because what else would you jump to? Also, unless you get far enough here. And then you can again choose from all the options. Yeah, then let's try. Ach, and there was this other far left line. Okay, this is still bad. How do I drive this here? Yeah, this is actually really slow. Do I have to actually release to land here clean, or can I do something completely different? I mean, it's always super slow up this hill. I can just land a little bit better, of course. But I will always land really stupid on this uphill. Feels very slow to me. Even if I would hit it now. Yeah, feels super slow. So, but what is the other line that we can see? Of course, it would be cool to land in this gap. And then, then we're here. We can basically do the same line than the ghost. Ideally, obviously, I land down there. I mean, maybe we should actually take the ramp to land in here. Then I can also do one try with this line. Yeah, this is already looking much better. I definitely would be ahead, right? Need to go here now. I don't like it. Once again going here. And then here. And this is also slower. So these are slower. But let's get into this tunnel again. It's just a bit annoying to drive. I mean, my one run where I got into the tunnel was also very good, actually. It was a very clean landing. And right there. Okay, let's go. Oh, there's the ghost. There's the ghost passing. Okay, then it gets tough now. Yay. Mini improvement. As mini as it can be. We have also one more option. No, not really. I thought, or can you go full up? Can you drive here? Oh, you can. Ah, okay. Okay, finally, oh god. Ah. Now this is of course maybe even better. Yeah, I have a lot more speed. Okay, also this is obviously a lot faster. Nice that I started with full right, and the fastest start is at the full left. Okay, it's quite difficult to hit that lion. Oh my god, the snow's down. Would have made me a lot faster here. Ach, schade. difficult. Can I do something else? Like, it is obviously a lot easier to jump into this direction. Now I could, of course, jump here a bit to the right. Can I ever jump to the left? Huh, that would be actually interesting to know. Can I jump to the left and make it up to that platform? Because if that jump works, I skip some airtime. Always annoying, you first have to drive it, of course, to learn about what's possible. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I'm pretty sure that this is possible, but it's gonna be mega difficult now to figure out. We have no respawns to train this jump a bit. But it's definitely possible. The question is, you land somewhere here, you have to get, of course, here and then back to the right. Also getting all these angles and turns will be tough. Ah, come on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is it. Another minus 17. And look at that. I'm 14th overall. This seems to be a decent line. I'm not sure if it's the fastest, because there are so many options on this track. Many things that I didn't really try yet. But also, this line here is just very difficult to optimize. But, oh my god, what a bad ending. And I'm 7th! Yay! Yeah, but here it showed 12th in that leaderboard. Oh, but the ending sucked. I lost a lot in the end. But yeah, this line generally makes quite a lot of sense. You just get a lot of speed, but it's difficult to drive, difficult to get clean transitions. So the true pace of this line is not easy to figure out. Yeah, you definitely want to stay up. Wow, that survived. Oh, but I have less speed now. I'm lucky. Yeah, let's do this 1 or 2 more minutes and then I go to the next track. In this jump down here, I have to also release to land clean in the downhill, but you could obviously also do this. You could jump off from the side, then you have, however, a bit of a two-wheel landing. And since you have to steer immediately after the landing, it could be bad. Like, it could actually slow you down there. So I think that a small release is, for now at least, better because easier to survive. Oh, that's so tight. Actually, I still survived it. Oh, this is not a good idea, but I was behind, so I had to try something. Yeah, also too bad that I had some airtime in my ghost in the ending. Without that airtime, who knows what kind of position I would have had. Ah, that was so good. That was so good. Wow. Oh, that was even... Wow, I'm still ahead? Oh, I'm so close to such a mega one. If I have such a landing, of course. It requires to have such a landing. If you get overspeed, if you then get a low jump, holy moly. There's a lot possible on such a map. Because any bit of less airtime just generates in so much more momentum. Yeah, again, always clipping just slightly there, but of course you have to risk it. You have to be as slow as possible. There's just no other way. There's still a small bump that can be annoying. Ooh, I gotta get airtime. Okay, then let's go to the next track. It's quite precise as well, the ending. Well, when you have a lot of speed, it's like difficult to not get airtime, to be honest. Alright, speed map. Anadi will love it. There's a lot of wood. And a magnet and some presents. Wait. I cannot go there now. But the question is if it's even better. I mean, do the red signs really mean faster finish? Or not? Oh, definitely a bit more risky because of more presence in the way. Yeah, I think that this is the faster line. Okay. Okay, got a run through. Super outside finish. So not that super good so far. Now to compare, I will test this again. Yeah, pretty sure that the red arrow line is faster. Unlucky. So this would be a 0.21. The question is, what kind of position would you have at such a time? You can take everything mega tight. This magnet part here is of course quite something. I think I need to do more turning on the wood before the magnet. Go like this, so that I have an inside line. And that's a much faster time than what I had copium. And this is 29th, nice. Is it your map? I mean, this map is definitely interesting. Much more fun to hunt than what we had last week. Okay, there's still more time to gain. Especially the magnet. Like, the magnet could be a bit annoying in hunting, because I'm often getting an auto slide afterwards. To get rid of. Here it's very precision heavy. Go as inside as possible. I have a lot more speed. Can I survive? Actually, I don't have much more speed anymore. That's still minus 5,000 at least. was bad. Somehow I have more speed than my Ghost. I'm not sure why. Must be the smooth steering probably, but still a bit surprising. Aber sub 17 would be nice. I think that's possible. And now I have less speed. Interesting. Okay, yeah, that's almost a sub 17, but not fully. I guess the others also hunted for that. No. Oh. I don't even know what I did, but I was a lot faster. Yeah, this is a 0.91. Also, this is not even close with this up. Now, of course, I would like to get that again. Wait, I got a slower start already. Here I touched the snow, I can see that. There's one thing that I'm thinking about, and Uli, thanks a lot for your sub. Thanks a lot. There's one thing that I just think about that could actually play a big role here in the beginning, and that is the acceleration on wood versus acceleration on tarmac. Now I actually wonder at what speed is the cutoff, because at very low speed, when you stand still, the acceleration on wood is extremely bad, and on road much better, but at high speeds the acceleration on wood is better. So where's the cutoff? Maybe you actually want to be as much as possible on the platform here. That could make actually the difference. Ah, shit. Okay, I have to go to the next track though, because we have only 5 minutes to the cup of the day. But you see the improvement that you can do there. Army of Old Car, Desert. Such a map you could see in the Bon Cup, to be honest. Looks really like a Bon Cup map. .240th already. I might have not enough time for this track to get a clean run. Not sure how much sideways I want to drive. Ah, rip. I went on purpose against that. I'm not sure if it's better or not. Probably not. Okay. And yeah, you want to be on the ice as much as possible. Question is again, like, is the reactor up or whatever better? Probably not, because you have to turn around for that. And we, yeah. Yeah, yesterday I thought already that it could be a value map, and it wasn't. We will see. I would have nothing against old car, obviously. But actually this map is a bit boring for a LoL map. Not much happening. It's of course a bit weird, like I never really drove Desert Car Reactor down on snow. So I'm also a bit clueless, I just go with how it feels. But I don't really know if you want to go straight or if you always want to be in a certain angle where the car is then somewhat in an ice slide-ish angle and gets more speed. I mean, it feels like it, but you cannot really keep such an angle through every uphill. You definitely don't want to over-angle. That is then slow again. Oh, that was actually fast, man. But yeah, here I see an issue. We have maybe one more try. Nine? Yeah, okay, so I have like one more try. Looking at the clock. And it's again equal amazing. But yeah, I figured something out where I could improve a little bit. Alright, but that's it with the Discovery. Yeah, also on the last two maps I can still improve miles by miles. Also this map. It makes also much more fun to hunt. Definitely much better week than last time.